What is going on, social media family? Corey Brimmer Sugar and Bar, and I want to thank you guys for watching these videos. I want to thank you for coming in here. And today I have the incredible, the incomparable, the amazing, the exhilarating Michelle Riddick of Riddick Entertainment. Miss Michelle, how are you doing today?
I am doing wonderful, Corey. How are you?
You know me, I'm living the dream, right?
That's right.
So Michelle, for some people that are watching this, I wanted to make a video with you. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, but I wanted to make a video about your current business venture. Now, many people may not know how we know each other. So Michelle, you run an entertainment company. Is that correct? Is that the bread and butter?
That is correct. Riddick Entertainment.
Rig Entertainment. So that's how we kind of knew each other. Like I was doing Sugar and Bar, you're doing your Rig Entertainment. You hired me for a lot of events, and Michelle's one of those people that, man, you hired me back in the day when I ain't had nothing.
Look, we both ain't have nothing. Just glad to have an opportunity. So
Right.
yes, we helped one another come up.
And you've scaled your business and you grew your business to a phenomenal point. I mean, everybody, I'll add links below where you can find that stuff too. But this new thing that is it new, or were you a notary before and you just never like put it out there, or what?
Yes, I've always been a notary. With one of my former employers, I had to be a notary to, do work with them. So I've always kept it. It's always a good thing to have for friends and family. So I've always kept it. I had a friend that owned her own mortgage company. And I was doing a little side work for her about 10, 15 years ago. And I was doing loan signings for her. And, it was just like more of a little hobby, so to speak. And then, of course, like you said, the Riddick Entertainment blew up, and I kept the notary because we're doing international weddings and stuff like that. We have to have a lot of things notarized. So I just wanted to make it easier for my clients. So the notary thing was always something I had.
Okay, yeah, because I've been a notary for, man, I don't even know. I've been a notary for a number of years, and it was just something that it wasn't like I was trying to go out and be a notary. It was just like another thing. I was like, so why am I paying somebody else to do this when I could just do it or have people on my team do it? And not only that, it could also, that money that I was spending would be revenue that we could keep back in the business. That's how I sort of saw it. So what made you go off on this? Because now you notary extraordinaire now. Like what?
Well, like I said, I used to do notary back in the day and everything. And, everybody knows 2020 was the year of pivot. So with no
Yes.
events going on, and, I just had to say, I said, hey, let me just see what's going on with this notary thing. And I tapped back into it. With the general notary work, I mean, it's just relatively easy. Just throw something out there on social media, just saying, hey, I am a notary. And you'll be surprised. There are a
Amazed,
lot of
right? You'd be
people.
amazed at how many of your friends be like, girl,
Yes,
where you at
yes.
right now?
Exactly, exactly. So what I did was I just put a spin on it because I don't have a storefront. I work from out my home. As you can see, I have a home office.
Right.
So I said, well, you know what? We're going to become a mobile notary. So that was the selling point,
Mhm.
that I can come to you to notarize your documents, and it just took off.
I really, even me doing the notaries that I have you found that are people they really enjoy the fact that you can come to them, right? Like they
Oh,
really love
yes,
the fact, like
yes,
they
yes,
don't have
yes.
to
It's
leave
an
their home,
experience.
don't have to leave their job, and you're bringing everything to them. And not only, I mean, I know you, but you're also giving them like a level of customer service that they probably wouldn't have got if they went to the bank to get their notary or a Staples or something, because the people are going to treat them like a
Yeah.
customer.
Exactly. Well, one of the great things about this is with COVID, nobody wants to go out. Nobody wants to
Mm.
come, in. So little things satisfy people. You come with your mask on, you come with your shoes covered so you won't be interrupting or
Mm.
disturbing their space.
Yeah, I didn't even
A
think about
lot of
that. The booties.
customers note that.
I didn't
That's
think about the booties.
big.
I didn't think about the booties, man. I gotta get booties.
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah,
Home Depot as
especially
soon as
with
we
the inclement
finish.
weather. Yeah, with the inclement weather, just carry your booties with you and just put them on, and they'd be like, "Oh, you got that?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and it's just having the convenience of them not leaving. You can come, they're more relaxed. You get to have these conversation, and you get to meet people that you probably would never have met before.
Right. So The other thing that we had talked about, and one of the reasons why I really wanted to do this was because I was telling you, I've gone on social media, I've gone on YouTube, I've gone on, saw videos, and most of the videos that I see are, and again, I always say, like, I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. I like, I'm not a hater, right? Because sometimes, sometimes people kind of feel that way about it. But I always see these videos where they're always talking about, like, you can make $500 a day, but people don't understand that there's a whole process before that part. And I never see people talking about that starting point. They always say, "Oh, just sign up for this," but they never show the hard work in between, what it takes to get started. And that's why I wanted to kind of have this with you today. So,
Yeah, I mean, becoming a notary is relatively easy. I mean, but a lot of people don't understand the biggest thing with becoming a notary, and they always promote, no, you don't need a college degree, you don't need this, but you cannot have any felonies to
right.
become a notary. So that's very, very important. You have to go through a background check. If you have a poor driving record, you're not going to be able to become a notary. So things like that is important for people to know and recognize and understand. Um, in Virginia, and I only can speak to Virginia, it is relatively easy to become a notary. Once you get past that criteria, you have to be 18 years or older. And like I say, you need to pass a background check. It's relatively inexpensive. It's $45 for the application, and then another $10 to go pick up your seal, which is just a certificate, and get sworn in, letting you know what the duties are and responsibilities are to become a notary. So once you got that part down, then now it's time to go find the work. So,
There you
whether or
go.
not
Right.
Right, whether or not you go on social media and announce it to everyone that, hey, I'm a notary. Um, you also can, create a Google page and, set yourself up in your area and things of that nature. But now you have to find the work. General notary work, there is a lot of it out there because people always need something all the time. I tell people, even with COVID, you may want to just, check with your hospitals. A lot of people, I go to hospitals all the time because unfortunately people are health conditions and they have to have these medical proxies and so on and so forth. And especially on the weekends because the admin people are not there during the week to
Yeah.
do that, because most hospitals have their own notary, but on the weekends they're not there.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people when, like I made a video, I'll put up post and I show people, like, so I'm just a notary, not
Okay.
meaning like just a notary, but I'm
Yeah.
just a notary. And there are so many people who are actual, that, like, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm a notary too," and I'm like, "So you're not telling anybody." like I'm telling people I'm a notary, so they never get the word out. So I always say, like, tell everybody you know that you're a notary. You'll be amazed, just like you said, you'll be amazed at how many people need your service, but they have no idea that you're a notary.
Yep. And you always start with your friends and your family because it might be a cousin or somebody. I've been holding on to this form because I don't have time to go to the bank to get this notarized or whatever the case may be. So always start with your friends and your family to say, hey guys, I'm a notary and I'm going to go ahead and just so you'll know. And if you need to get something notarized, I'm here for you. I'm available, so on and so forth. And you'll be surprised how word of mouth will definitely get out there, especially if you're good.
That I was going to double back with that. That customer
Yeah.
service transcends, because we're in that sort of field. Customer service transcends anything. So, like you were saying, I try to keep an open line of communication. I'm always texting people. I send them my rates or whatever, or hey, I'm five
Right.
minutes away, or I'm outside. Just like you said, I
Yep.
wear the mask. Thank you. I'm always going. I would rather overserve than underserve. Um,
Absolutely.
this thing.
I'm going to say this. The key thing is when you say you set everything up, I'm available, I'm ready for business, and then that person calls you and you're not professional.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad move. So you want to separate, and I would advise this for everybody, separate your business from your personal, even if you get a free Google number or something like that. And please leave a message stating your business and what you do, because the last thing you want to do is the number you have reached with 703 da 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 da, and there's no name of the business or what it
Right.
is. You're going to lose people. because people are just not going to leave their information on something that is just, not recognizable, especially if you're advertising as a business.
Yeah, or even like, it's just there's been some people who I've seen them advertise as no, like you said, you've seen them advertise as notaries, and even you go to email them, and their name literally. I'm not trying to be crazy about this, but their name literally would be like Slim
I
Bottom
know.
Thickum at Gmail. You be like, that's not the person I want notarizing my documents.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. You want
so
to do that too.
what are
I
some
agree.
other ways? What are some other ways that you think someone, let's say someone's starting off, their friends and family, we talked about that. We talked about you kind of mentioned how how much it costs to sort of become notarized. You cannot be a felon. But what are some sort of ways that if you're just a notary that people can get out there and advertise themselves? Like, what do you think? What could be some practices or some ways that people can do or some things they can do to get their name out there to the masses?
Well, what I'm going to be doing
Amen.
coming up shortly, I'm doing a notary pop-up. I have a venue space, and I know a lot of people are now everybody's getting their lives together. It's the beginning of the year, so people are going to need wills and stuff notarized and things of that nature. So I'm going to be doing a notary pop-up. And then I will allow people just to come in, get their stuff notarized, and put that on their calendar, because for some people it's just not on their calendar for
Right.
something like that for them to do.
Right.
And that also is a friendly reminder for people to go ahead and try to get your affairs and stuff in order. I would also, like I said, meet with friends and family, let them know that you're going to be doing things, and align yourself making introductory emails through some local law offices or settlement companies, so you can introduce yourself. If you belong to a homeowners association, subdivision, let them know, because and that's a big thing too. Homeowners association is huge,
Right.
because
Right.
people in the community, because if for most people, like in my community, if I put up a fence, I have to have my neighbor notarize saying it's okay for me to attach to his property. Win-win. You can just, the whole community can know that you're a notary, especially with kids with sports applications and things of that nature. You got to have that stuff notarized. It's not a lot of travel agencies out there, but a lot of people that do travel. So with kids under the age of 16, you might want to attach yourself to a travel agent or a travel professional, because all passport applications have to be notarized for children.
Wow, you are dropping some gems. You giving up you giving up we behind the fence. You've been giving up the gold vault.
That's right.
So there's another thing that I also tell people also is to also network with other notaries.
Yes.
I have gotten some clients from a friend of mine who's a notary, and sometimes she's a mom, she's got a full-time job. Somebody may call her in the middle of the day, whereas me, I'm sitting in my house, I'm not doing anything, and she doesn't necessarily want to lose that person as a client. So she said, "Hey, somebody on my team will get right back with you," and that somebody is me,
Yep.
right? And so
I've done that as well.
she refers business to me, and we're referring business to each other though. So it's not like I'm
Yes.
just taking, because I'm not a loan signing agent. I'm sure you, and we'll get into that too. I'm not a loan signing agent. So when it comes up to realtors, mortgage lenders, or whatever, I'll
Mhm.
refer that business off to her. If
And
it
that's
comes up.
great. That's great. My biggest thing is community over competition.
Amen.
There's enough room for everybody, and
Right.
you can work
Hold
stronger
on. Let me,
together.
man. You let me write that down. You drop. I'm telling you, you be dropping these jewels. I'm writing that down. Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, you have to you share the wealth. You can't keep everything for yourself, and you're stronger in numbers. So, like you said, you want to have a community around you with other notaries. That is important. We have a great network here where I'm at, and I refer to somebody if I'm busy and I can't do it, and somebody calls me, and I'll be like, "Wait a minute, I have somebody." Hold on to it. Let me see if they're available. And we share all the time, because you can't do everything. You can't. You
Yeah,
just can't do it
we're
all.
no man or woman is an island. So
There you go.
I definitely preach on unity, and I say a rising tide raises all boats. I want to see you doing better, and in turn, like with us, even in the hospitality industry, when your events go higher, I know I'm coming along too. I'm gonna be right there with you.
There you go.
So,
There you
there,
go.
there's another thing that I've also noticed just for myself. I've sometimes you can do your civic organizations, your charity organizations. If you even no, you're not going into this not to make money, but sometimes there's elderly people out there who can't get out the house, right? And if like veterans, like, so you get on like your local veterans, VFWs and stuff like that. So if you offer your service to them, and then what ends up happening is, because they see, and you can't, you're not gonna, you can't fake this. You have to do it from your heart. But if you take care of them, they'll then, what's crazy is they will refer you to other
Yes.
business. Yeah, they'll refer
Yes.
you to other business.
Hmm. And put your information on your business cards that you're a notary public. Put it in your signature, in your signature block on your emails, because you just never know who that may reach and be like, oh, I didn't know that you did that. I just had my real estate agent um text me. He was like, hey, I got somebody that needs a notary, and he just knew that because I was getting some information from him and I sent him an email and he saw that I was a notary.
Wow, wow, that's crazy. All right, so look, so let's move a little bit further now. So we got the notary thing out the way, to become a notary, how you can market yourself as a notary. But drum roll, let me get my little drum roll, please. Let's talk about the money.
Ooh,
Because
there's money.
yeah, you don't have to necessarily reveal the money part of what you do. I don't want you to necessarily put your information out there like
No,
that.
we're gonna talk. Let's talk because people need to know. Let's talk. Well, we're gonna have a conversation. Let's have the conversation.
Amen. 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 So what kind of money could someone possibly make as a notary? What do you would like, someone coming in starting out?
Well, I can say in the state of Virginia, for general notary work, you only can legally, you can only charge $5 per signature for
Mhm.
paperwork to notarize. So when you hear $5, you're like, oh, what am I going to do with $5?
Exactly.
But if you're a mobile notary,
Underline mobile.
right, you can charge whatever you want to get to that person, to say, okay, well, within the first 5 miles, I charge $25, and it may include the $5 for the signature and then $5 thereafter. So you can put whatever you want to on the mobile part, but just keep in mind you have to only charge $5 per signature.
Right. So the video that I have that's up on YouTube right now, the lady, I made it literally took me more time to make the video, edit the video than the actual notary part of it. The
Okay.
lady she lived less than 10 minutes away from me.
Okay.
She was referred to me from a friend.
Hmm.
I charged her, I, I think I charged her $5, right? But I charged her like 25 or $30 to come to her. So
Right.
I made $40.
You
But
go.
it took me 10 minutes to make $40.
Yep.
And so if you can line together 3 or 4 of those a day, or even two, let's say you do two a day, that's $80
Right.
a day, and
There you go.
10 minutes. And then I don't have it with me, it's in my truck. Some of the other things that I said in the video was also that when I first started, I got I don't even know if I probably have it in here. I had like my stamp wasn't that good. It wasn't. I didn't. So this is the kind of advice that I want to give out. Like, I want to tell people, like, invest in your stamp, right? Like, get a good stamp because
Yes.
it's your business.
Yes.
I didn't have a good stamp in the beginning.
Okay. Yeah, you need a good stamp because you don't want something that's going to break on you or it doesn't ink well or anything like that. One of the things that I did that worked for me is I didn't put an expiration date on my stamp.
Mm,
I left it blank. It says expired and then blank. I can fill in the date so I can keep my stamp longer because sometimes your stamp can last more than 4 years. In Virginia, it's 4 years that you have your commission. So I just left that part blank. You want to have a great, and let me get it for you. Notary journal.
yes,
This is very, very important
yes.
because you want to document everything. So if something comes back to you, you want to make sure that you have the correct
Michelle,
information.
I
You
I
don't want to,
had my first journal was like a composition notebook.
I was going to
I,
say, that's what you don't want. Get ready to say that.
I
That's what you
had
don't want.
I
Because if
had I
Kool-Aid
had
spill
like
on it or something,
I had like a composition notebook, and it didn't even register me until I think I was going to do, like, I mean, all the notaries meant something to me, but I was going to
Right.
do like I was going to do like a high end client, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
what am I doing? What am I doing with this composition notebook and this wax stamp? Man, I ordered me a better stamp, like the one, and that was another thing about the stamp is I got one where it where the ink doesn't dry out, because
Yes.
I've had people call, other notaries call me to try to borrow my my, you know, they needed this, their ink ran out and they wanted to know if I had any ink, and I'm like, how did your ink run out? And I was like, well, you know what, that ain't gonna happen to me.
Yep.
So I got that, and then I got my journal, and then I got a professional journal, which, and again, you can find these things on Amazon,
Amazon. Hmm.
Staples, Home Depot will carry them. You can have them ordered, but Amazon, you can literally have it, you know, the next day.
Another thing I'm going to say with this journal, because this is the official record of what that you did meet with this person, you
Right.
want to write very legibly,
Amen.
very print the best that you can print on there, because you want to be able to read it, because it could be summoned to court and you don't want to be trying to figure out what you wrote down. So that is definitely important. I tell everybody to print in their journal, don't write script, so it
Yeah,
can be
and
legible.
also, you also another thing that I learned, you know, is that the people that you're doing this for, most of the times are my friends, and you know, I got referrals, but you also want to document like who they are, you know, make sure like you check their
Yes.
ID, you know, because a
Yeah.
lot of
Oh
people
yeah.
be
Well,
a
you
lot of
write
people
it
be trying
down.
to a lot of people be trying to get them
This one is a good one. You can't really see it, but it gives you spaces for you to write down all of their information off of their ID, expiration date.
right,
Who you want, all of that information
because in
on there.
business there's a thing called CYA, you know, CYA, right?
Yes, sir.
Cover your
There you go.
assets, cover your assets. Because if
That's
anything were to
right.
happen, you want to have a traceable place where you can go back to and say, "Hey, listen, I did my part." Because things happen. People do that stuff. People are forging signatures or forging documents. And they're like, "Oh, my grandmother died. She wanted to leave everything to me." Really?
And that's another myth about notarizing someone's documents. A lot of people are under the impression that you are notarizing the document. And I
Right.
tell people all the time, I am not notarizing your document. I'm notarizing that you are the person, in fact, that is signing the document.
Hmm.
I don't know what's involved in this document. I'm not certifying that that is true. I'm certifying that you are the person that you say you are, and I can notarize that.
Right. 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 All right. So let's move forward to So okay. So someone's a notary. They got the notary business going. We've showed them how they can scale their business. So what's the next step? Is becoming a signing agent the next step, or is there anything in between that step?
I would first learn the general notary rules first, and do general notary work just to get yourself a little bit more comfortable
Right.
before you jump into loan signings,
Right.
because you can be messing up somebody's loan and refinance or whatever the case may be. So I would do at least 10 regular notary things so you can be familiar, and comfortable with signing and where to sign at, and just your getting the quirks out.
Right.
Now, if you're a little bit more ambitious and you want to go from, I got my stamp, I want to be a loan signing agent, you can do it. But I definitely would recommend that you invest in education on that. Well, you're going to have to take a test to become a loan signing agent anyway through your state, but I would definitely recommend it. It's nothing wrong with going through YouTube University, because it gives you a lot of information on there, but I would definitely invest a little bit more with someone that can train you, or have a great training course that can give you the correct information, because not everybody that is on Facebook groups and everything is giving you the correct information, and you don't want to learn the wrong way. You want to develop your own bad habits
Yeah.
after learning how to do it correctly first.
But that's such
Because
great
everybody
info.
has bad habits.
Right. Well, that's such great information. I'm glad that you brought that up, because sometimes we do this. We go on YouTube, or we watch a video, and we think that, like I said at the top of the thing, we think that like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make $500 every day. that's not, they're like anything in life, there's a journey, there's a process. Like you have to learn this stuff. Like and not only that, like you want to make sure that you're doing it correctly. It's not just about the money.
Exactly.
And I want people to understand that, that you should be making an investment. At the end of the day, it's you making an investment in yourself. Yes, it's lucrative. Yes, you can make money. Yes, there's a lot of potential. But at the end of the day, it's you investing in you. So like I saw that you had a printer in your car. You had like a whole office in the back. I was, man, you
At
got
the
to send me,
mobile notary.
man,
Yes.
yes.
We taking mobile notary to the next level.
But you do everything on 10, man. Everything. Like even who would have ever thought to do a mobile notary pop-up? Like that would have never been on my radar.
That's the event planner in me. So they all merge together. But yeah, the mobile notary thing is big because I don't want to have to, if I'm coming to your home and let's just say you make a mistake on the document
Right.
and you don't have a printer or your printer's not working because nobody has ink I can run to my car. Give me the thing. It's easier. It just makes things very easier. And sometimes you're not meeting people at their home. You're meeting people in the parking lot.
Right.
So it's just like, okay, I have the information. I have no reason not to notarize your paperwork. It would have to be on you why it's not getting notarized.
Right. So
And
like,
that's the why. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no. I'm listening. Go ahead.
I was going to say that's why we named this business Signing in Excellence, because we want to do everything in
Mm,
excellence.
mm.
When we're meeting with our clients, when we're meeting with our customers, we want to make sure there's no excuse on our end why this doesn't happen.
Yeah, and then like you said, just even in business, like we do in business, you're removing the excuses. You're removing
Yeah,
the if you could for like in your mind, you imagine that you're leaving your home, you're going to anything could happen, right? Make
yeah,
sure you got enough gas. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got. It's just one of those things in the steps of sort of like the steps to success. You want to put out as many fires ahead of time that you're not facing them out in the field, right?
exactly.
All right, cool. So with you, let's say someone, they get a little adventurous and they want to become a loan signing agent. What are some companies out there that would need a loan signing agent?
Your title companies needs loan signing agent. Realtors need loans signing agents. Mortgage companies need loan signing agents. So those are your three for loan signing agents. Everybody knows a realtor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, your cousin that's a realtor, your church member that's a realtor, you can get with them and say, hey, you can write in the contract that I come with you as a package deal.
Right.
The title company is not going to give you no problem with that because they want the business as well. The
Absolutely.
realtor is the one that's in control. Everybody thinks it's the title company, but it's the realtor that's who's in control.
Right.
So if the realtor, because the realtor is bringing the work to the title company, saying, hey, I need to get this closed, and this is who's coming with me. They're not going to argue with you.
Right. Oh, that's good. That's great.
Not
Great.
at all.
No, great information. Great information. And so, what kind of, if someone's looking at this, let's say this, they're thinking about it, or they are a notary. What kind of money can be made if they made the decision to become a loan signing agent? So they want to step their game up from a notary to a loan signing agent. What kind of money could they make in that
Oh,
business?
on the low end, if you want to just do it part-time, the people
Your
that I've
whole
seen,
your whole tonality change. You're like, oh, money. Oh, shoot, you.
money, listen, where the money resides, where the money resides. No, you can do as low as $75 per
All right,
signing.
all right.
Or you can go as high as $350 per signing. It just really depends on whether or not you're with a signing agency or you're working directly with the title company. It's just the avenue in which you go through. Most people start with the loan signing agency, and
Right.
that's just basically think of it like as an Uber.
Mm-hmm.
It's a company that says, hey, are you available on this date for this amount? And then you say yes or no. If you say yes, they say this is how much you're going to get paid if you do this refinance. and then that's that. If you get a call directly from the title company and they just say, hey, are you available this date and time? And you say yes, they already have your rates typically, or you say, well, this is how much I charge, and they agree to it or not. It's just cutting out the middleman. That's why you would get more getting directly from the title company rather than going through a loan signing service.
Yeah, and with this whole like technology thing, I think sometimes we get a little we I don't think we realize, and this is again why I want to make these videos and get the information out there. I don't think we really learn to leverage technology. There are literally companies out there, like you said, like Uber, they will send you the jobs. Like you could be sitting at home chilling and
Yes.
and they will send you the jobs. And if you're, so if there are people out there who, you're having a tough time right now in this pandemic, you got more month than you got money, or
Yes.
there are companies out there that you can sign up with, become a loan signing agent with. They will send you the work, and if you got the time and the flexibility and you can make that happen, you could easily make a couple $100s, right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Now, one thing I will say, going back into investment, with being a loan signing agent, you have to have great equipment.
Right,
You can't have, inkjet printers will not work being a loan signing agent. You need a laser printer.
right.
So that is something that you would have to invest in if you do not already have.
And even
I would
I'm sorry, I didn't
suggest
mean to
like,
cut you off either, but even
mhm,
just even investing in like a nice mobile hotspot.
yes, that's important too.
Right,
Yes,
right. You don't
that
want a
is
cheap
very,
mobile
very
hotspot, and
important.
then it's spotty. You can't pick up anywhere. You need that thing to work.
Yep, you need that thing to work, and you need to be able to print these documents because this is a legal transaction, and you need to invest in your printer. You're going to have a lot of paper, not just your regular size paper. You have to have legal size paper, and your documents it can be up to 150 pages, and you have to print them twice because you have to leave a set of copies with the client.
Right, right,
So
right.
we're talking a lot of toner, a lot of paper. So that is an investment
An investment.
for that. But if you're doing a lot of notary work, then the money is going to come back to you. I'm going to be transparent here. I did an investment. I took a course. I bought a new printer. My initial investment is about $950
Woo,
to
woo.
get me set up and ready. It was $950 between the printer and the course, but I made it back in 2 weeks.
And that's sort of
I
the
made
part.
more than $950.
That's sort of the part that like why I want to make this and why I want to put this out here, because even though we're giving free game and free knowledge, at some point everything just can't be free. You have to make an investment.
No,
You have to make a
you
financial
have to.
commitment and an investment in yourself.
Exactly.
So you want to get a nice stamp. You want to get a professional journal. You want to get, like you're saying, take a course. And of course, I can already hear people in the comments. They're gonna want to know what the course is. You can
Right.
send that to me. I'll drop it, whatever. But
Okay.
but take a course. You're going to want to watch these like you said, YouTube University. You want to get around people that are doing this, like you're actually doing this.
Yeah. We're doing the work. We're definitely doing the work. And because I had a little bit of a background with it from years ago, I knew initially. Now, don't get me wrong. I did look at YouTube and I did, look
Absolutely.
at other people to see what they were doing and everything. But for me to be a quality, top of the line loan signing agent, I knew I had to invest.
Right.
I knew I had to invest because I wanted the right information to make sure I was setting myself up for success.
Cool. So look, is there any, I mean, I know we've discussed it, but is there any information that you think if someone's watching this, say for the first time, what kind of advice could you sort of give them to sort of maybe, how could you motivate or encourage them to sort of navigate through this minefield?
Well, I would tell you, if you're looking to become a loan signing agent, the best advice that I would give you is do one closing at a time. Don't try to jam pack your schedule. You want to make sure you review your documents. When you print them, you go through every single document to make sure everything is printed correctly, to make sure you can put little note the little tabs there so you can know where your client is supposed to sign. So then that way you don't miss anything. And that will help you get familiarized with the documentation, because for the most part, it's the same documents all the time. So that way you'll know, oh, I'm missing something, or I didn't see this page in this document that they sent over. So I'm going to tell you to review your paperwork. Once your client signs it, even though you just watch them sign it, review it again, because sometimes if you have a husband and wife, she might have signed it, he might have signed it, he initialed at the bottom, but she didn't. If you send it back, they're going to send it back to you, and they're going to tell you to go back and get this person's initials, and that's going to come out of your money. So you just want to review all your documents. That's the best advice that I can give anybody. Don't think that you got it the first time, because I
Triple check,
guarantee you,
triple check.
yeah, you want to triple check. And even before you even send it, you review it while what I do is when I'm with the client, before I leave, oh, it was great meeting you all. Let me just review just to make sure I got everything, because I would hate to have to interrupt you to come back here again. Go through it really, really quickly, take it home. Before I put it in the FedEx or the UPS thing, I look at it again just to make sure that I have everything, and then I send it off. So we do it a good 3 times, and you'll get the speed on it, but the first time you just want to make sure that you got everything that you're supposed to have.
And at the end of the day, even though you may be a notary or you may be a loan a signing agent, you still want to treat it like a business, right? Like it's your
Absolutely.
it is essentially your business, and how you treat your business is, is how how other people see you out in the world.
That's right. That's right. And trust me, word of mouth gets around very, very quickly, good or bad. So you want to make sure that you're on the good list, because you can get blackballed too. If
Yeah.
you constantly messing up stuff, trying to rush through. Don't lend anybody your stamp. That's a no-no.
Come on
Yeah,
now. Come on now.
I'm just telling you, don't do it. Don't notarize your mom's stuff and you're the beneficiary. Don't do
Right.
that.
Right.
Things,
Right.
just little things like that, because it's not worth it in the end, because they will find you.
Yeah. Yeah. Or sometimes I've gotten calls from, like, I mean, just since we're being transparent and honest, I mean, like, I've gotten calls from some shady people, and I know it. I'm like,
Mhm.
no, I'm not signing that. like you're gonna pay me $5. It's not worth
Right.
five. I can see if you was giving me 5,000. You gonna give me $5 to get myself in trouble? No, thank you. I don't want it. Like,
Exactly.
and not only that, some people, you have to realize that, like, they couldn't have taken this paper nowhere else. So
Right.
they calling you, putting you in jeopardy. So, it's not worth it.
Ah. And people forget it's a legal document. Whatever you're doing, once you put your stamp on it, that is a legal document. It can be held up in a court of law. So you just want to make sure your integrity is good. You want to have great business um, intellect and great business habits, and you just want to start it off right. The money will come to you. Don't worry about that. That's going to come.
All right. Okay. So look, so where can people what's the name of your business, and where can they find you?
Well, we are known as Signing in Excellence. You can find me. I am on social media at Signing in Excellence. I didn't do an Instagram because I just can't keep up with all this stuff.
Man, who you telling? Look, between YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn,
Yeah, it's
Snapchat,
too
Twitch.
much. It's right. But I am going to be doing, and it's going to be coming up. By the time you guys see this, I will have the information to Corey. I'm going to be doing some introductory notary information sessions
Look at
just to help
you.
people. Yeah, we're going to be helping people out, but it is an investment,
Yeah.
because I invested in myself, so I'm going to invest back into you, or I want you to invest back into yourself. I've taken the time and I've gone ahead and I've gotten all the information and everything, but I want to be able to share it because it is a great, great opportunity for those that, want to be an entrepreneur. I mean, because this is a great way for you to make great money and be flexible. Because if you don't want to do it, if you say, hey, tomorrow I don't want to do no notary work, just don't answer. No one's looking for you. No one is, saying, hey, why are you not on the clock, or whatever the
Right,
case may be.
right.
This is
Well,
something that you can do on your own, at your own leisure. I will tell you though, it does become addictive.
yes,
It
yeah,
does become addictive
yeah.
because you like, oh, wait, I ain't got no money. Because every day you get a check in the mail for the most part when you're
Yeah,
loan
yeah, because
signing.
they're so that's I know we didn't touch on that, but so with
Yeah.
that loan and signing thing, they're mailing you your check. So it's not like you signed and you got paid right then. You get that check
Right.
in the
It's
mail.
net 30 days. Well,
Yeah.
it's three ways you can get it. You can get paid three ways, just depending on the company.
All right.
One, you can get a check that comes in the mail. Two, you can get checks that come via email. Or three is direct deposit.
Right. Right.
So there's three different ways you can get paid. And it's typically net 30 days, which means if you did a closing today, which is the 9th,
Nice.
then by March 9th, you should have a check, whether it's going to be email, mail, or direct deposit.
And like you said, but what if if you did 5 of those in a month and that check comes, you're like, like,
Right.
I need to do 10.
Right. And some people are doing 5 in one day.
Yes, yes, yes,
Some people are
absolutely.
doing 5 in one day. So it's
So
it's possible. Like, it's something that's obtainable. It's possible whether you're doing loan signing work or you're doing general notary work. Either or is possible, just depending on how far you want to drive. And that's another thing too. We didn't mention this. You need to have good transportation.
amen.
You
Amen.
need good transportation, because whether you're doing notarizing someone's medical directive or someone's refinance, you got to get there. And you can't be like, well, my car's not working, and you got these people personal documents or whatever the case may be, and it's just the whole blunder. So you definitely need to have great transportation as well.
Yeah, and I get their websites. I'm looking it up on my phone right now. There's websites that you can sign up for because I get emails too
Mhm.
for notaries within my area. And
Yeah, it's
I could choose to do them or not do them.
Notary. You can do Notary 123.
Right.
That's a national organization. If you're looking to sign up for loan signing companies, the number one in my book is SnapDocs.
Mhm.
SnapDocs keeps me totally, since we've been sitting here, my phone has gone off 5 times.
Yeah, I was gonna show. So here's one that I use. I don't know if you can see that. It's called Thurfo.
Servo.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never heard of
And
that one.
I get probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 of these a day. And some like this one's in Herndon, Virginia. I'm not driving to Herndon. I'm not choosing to do
Right,
it.
right,
But that's the
right.
flexibility of this thing. You can choose to you accept the job or don't accept the job. You know,
Yep,
and
exactly.
that's kind of what I love about it.
Uh-oh.
Look at you, more
I'm gonna
streams
have
of
to
income,
look. You said,
more streams
look,
of
checking
income.
it out right now, trying to see what's going on over here.
But the people that are watching this video, this is why this is why I make these videos. This is why I put this information out there. It's great to see us talk about it, but you actually do just what Michelle did. Write the information down.
Mhm.
Go research it. We've listed off a number of things here. Everything may not work for you,
Right,
but there may be some things that she shared which actually can work for you. You know,
exactly.
and I want to move people from the analysis paralysis stage because we research everything to death
Yes, we do.
and we
We
just
do.
never move.
Listen, I'm an upfront person, and just to give you a little bit of background on where I started my journey going back to this notary loan signing part. I saw the video. I was scrolling YouTube and I
Right.
did see the video. Young lady came on. She was spilling her spill and everything. Um, I'm a New Yorker, so you know me. I'm
I
gonna
know.
pick up.
I didn't bring that up. I let you bring that up. I
Listen,
didn't bring that up.
listen. I picked up the phone. Hey, you say I can make $10,000 in 1 month? How am I gonna do that?
I'm telling you, man, New York will call you out, boy. New York will call you out.
Well, you know what? She was from New York as well, but she lives in Virginia. So we talked and she told me, she said, listen, if you buy this course and you do exactly what I tell you to do in this course, you're going to pass the test and you're going to be where you need to be. I said, okay. And I did. Now, in full transparency, my first job was August the 3rd. Today is February the 9th.
Mhm.
I've made a little over $20,000.
Wow. Wow.
A little over $20,000. Now, keep in mind, my business, my regular event planning business is much slower now. So I have
Yeah,
more free time
yeah.
to go
We're gonna
ahead
have a whole
to
nother
do more,
podcast. We're gonna have a whole nother podcast on how our
right?
business,
To
how
do,
we
to
had to pivot.
do closings and, and my general notary work and
Right.
everything. But even as a part-time job, it's still great. A lot of people do a lot of signings on Saturdays. I'm used to working on Saturdays because I'm an
Because that's
event
what you was
planner,
doing
so I can
anyway.
take them all.
Right.
I can do 3 on a
Right.
Saturday.
Right. It's
Doesn't
nothing
bother
to
me.
you.
Right. So it's just easy. And in real honesty, it takes about 20 minutes to print the work,
Right.
depending on where you at or how fast you are. Let's say an hour to do the actual signing portion of it. And then to go over whether you have to scan back the documents or drop it off at FedEx, maybe another 30 minutes. So it's really 2 hours worth of work.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like it's not as if you're building an engine. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it you're signing. You got to drop. It's part of the process. But at the end
Exactly.
of the day, it's your job. It's your lucrative business. You can scale it as high as you want to, or you can keep it as low as you want. It's totally up to you
There
how
you
you.
go.
And there's not too many industries out there that allow you to sort of. There's almost no ceiling. Almost, you know.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
All right, man. Well, look, they can find you there. If you look at the descriptions down below, I will add links to all of her, well, whatever she has. I'll add links
Yeah,
down
I'll
there.
send you all the stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm in the midst of building the website. I have a web company building a website because coming soon I will be a loan signing service. So I will be issuing work out to notaries.
This just you just don't stop, do you? You just don't stop. Like you just be on world domination all the time. Everything you do, you got to take over the world and everything you do. I love it. I love it.
Listen, if the opportunity is here, is presented itself, let's do it.
You do nothing small. There isn't anything that I think that you don't do anything small. Nothing.
No. It's too big of a world out there to be playing with the small pond. Let's if we're gonna do it, let's do
Hey, if you're gonna play the game, play to win, right? I'm
There
with
you
you.
go.
I'm with you,
There you
sister.
go.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, man. I appreciate you sharing this, and I appreciate the knowledge. Listen, if there's, like I said, I'll add the links down below. Also, if there's anybody, if you're watching, if you've made it this far, if you've made it this far in the video, if you have any suggestions or anything that you think that could help someone, leave it down in the comments down below. Because at the end of the day, we really do. I know I'm not speaking for Michelle, but I know that we really want to help other people, and that's
Absolutely.
why we put this sort of information out there. And like I said, when I go online, I'm not knocking anybody else, but I don't see the motivation of how to start, how do you market yourself. Here's what you can do to do this. I just see everyone kind of like selling their courses or whatever and trying to get you to sign up.
Well,
Yeah.
this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add this caveat in there as well. I'll let you pick the person. Whoever you decide, say, hey, I want to start my notary business. I need help, whatever the case may be. I got you.
Look at
So you
God.
let me
Look
know
at
who it
God.
is.
Won't he do it?
Yeah.
Didn't he
Because
done
it's
it?
all about, yeah,
Didn't
listen,
he
it's
done
all
it?
about, yeah,
Yeah.
listen, it's all about knowing your assignment. And my assignment here on earth that I believe that God has given me is to connect people and make sure that they have the information.
Come on, Pastor, preach, preach. So and
Mm.
like that in every video. And I don't know, I don't know how many people may view this, but usually at the end of every video, I always want there to be a takeaway. I don't want you to just come in here, whatever, whatever. Because look, I'm not pitching you anything. I'm not selling you anything. It's literally, it's from our heart to give back. So I always let me grab one right quick. I always say at the end of my video, if there's anybody out there, here's my book, Never Give Up. I'm
Okay.
not, listen, I ain't gonna act like it's a New York Times bestseller, but in the back of my book, there's a thing called a dream sheet, dream checklist, right? Now I'm not gonna sit here and say that you're gonna become a millionaire, but if you complete these things in the back of this book, if you complete this
Okay.
dream checklist, I guarantee you, you will have a greater life. And how do I know that? Because I did the things in the dream checklist. These are the things that I did. So if you're out there and if you need a copy, get in contact with me or comment down below. Let me know where I can send you a book. First person to comment that, I'll send you a free book. And also, if you want to buy a book, I'll add links in the description below for that. So, Michelle, is there anything you want to close us out with?
I'm going to close you out with whoever signs up for the course is going to get your book as well as a throw in. So I'll get that from you. I'll buy the book from you. And I'm going to close out with you just want to make sure that you continue to invest in yourself, continue to believe in yourself, and continue to make sure that you know it is possible.
Amen. Amen. Well, look, thank you guys for watching these videos. And like I always say on every video, if you've never seen anybody go from absolutely nothing, I mean zero, negative zero, to a multiple six-figure business and connecting with people like Michelle, I promise you, my friends, that is a lie. Because if you're watching my videos, I'm doing it every single day. And no matter what you've been through, the toughest times of your life, no matter how dark it's been, you have survived. You're still here. And never give up. Never give up. All right, Michelle, thank you for your time, sister. We're gonna go take over the world now, right?
That's right.
I'll see you guys on the next video.
Take care.